So as you can see, people are very important to the work that we do. Um, as you could see, there was our On the Table, which was at Puebla Restaurant in Logan Square, where we brought together our larger community partners, including the core team. There we talked about the community-driven plan that was created, which created our work plan for our local table. And then the parent mentors and youth organizers of LSNA really organized the March for Racial Equity. That march ended at the site of 100% affordable housing development we've been pushing for, Emmett Street, that will be right at the entrance of the Logan stop. So this process has been completely built by the community, informed by the community, and developed by the community.
Excellent. Again, my name is Jennie Fronczak. I'm here on behalf of LUCHA, and I just want to give a shout out to Kim Rudd and her amazing team that is relentlessly photo and video documenting every move we make to ensure that our communities have the opportunity to tell our own stories and frame them accordingly. So yes, let's talk about places, right? Is that it? Perfect. Okay, great. So we had an opportunity to take a really deep dive with our youth cohort. The Logan Square Neighborhood Association does regular leadership training with our neighborhood youth. And we wanted to ensure that they were at the forefront of the neighborhood change that we've been experiencing for well over a decade right now. As part of the process, we partnered with Canopy Architecture and Design, and they really equipped our youth to think critically about neighborhood development. What does it look like? What could it look like? And how can they really drive that whole process? And they envisioned many things. One of which was a mural, which I believe is up on the screen, that is an opportunity to really anchor them in a changing neighborhood and express not only the people, but the historic places, such as our beloved Mega Mall and affordable housing units that have meant so much to them through the years. And so that from that process, it was a very iterative process. There were a number of drafts. We connected with a local artist, Darius Dennis, who designed and implemented the project. And then in addition to that, this is located, I should mention, at the Spalding exit of our Blue Line station. And a local partner, the Dill Pickle Food Co-op, was gracious to donate the entire side of their building to be the canvas. There's a truly beautiful amount of trust that has been built up across decades in our community, and we're very grateful for all of our partnerships. And so beyond just creating a beautiful art piece on a wall, we really want to reactivate that space. So we took, there was an opportunity late October last year, I believe, and we did a 2-day festival called The Faces of Logan Square. And there was music and dancing and delicious food, wonderful time had by all, despite very cold weather. And that was also another opportunity we used to gather data from a broad swath of community stakeholders to inform the design of the mural. And the youth are still going strong, and this summer they'll be installing a bioswale as part of the culture and climate resiliency opportunity that's coordinated by CNT. And the goal is to really make this underutilized plaza a really active space where people can gather and share stories and work together to continue building a space that we all love and share and belong in.
Yes. So part of that is our processes. Logan Square is facing massive amounts of displacement and gentrification. Over 20,000 Latinx folks have been displaced from the neighborhood. So part of this is a community benefits agreement. We did this with Blue Star Properties. This was alluded to in the video. Currently, right off the Logan Square Blue Line stop, there is an empty Grace Furniture warehouse, which will be changed to a boutique hotel. So part of this process, we decided to get in front of this, and we have a local hire agreement. The people who are part of the neighborhood should benefit for the new development that comes in this. The big highlights from this CBA, which you all can hear about in the process panel session, is that the developer has agreed that 75% of the jobs will be full-time from the community and paying $17 an hour. They will be also using Center for Changing Lives as a first source of hiring. Center for Changing Lives, we work with, we're a workforce development agency, and we work with majority of people from the community, and 80% of the people we serve are people of color. So ensuring this, also there is every 6 months they need to report back to the Center for Changing Lives and Logan Square Neighborhood Association on where people are, who work there are coming from, which zip codes they live in, what hourly rate, what's their status. So we also have this continued control process, and here's just some of the ways that we are making sure that our neighborhood and places that are connected to transit are serving everyone.
We'll give it up for CBA any day. Yeah, so another piece that we're working on as far as processes regarded is a racial equity impact assessment. Hands up, anybody already implemented one of these or heard about it? Woo! Okay, all right. So we had the privilege to partner with CUE, Chicago United for Equity. I know we have some fellows in the room. So essentially the tool is actually kind of a widely used thing across the country that's been picking up speed here since CUE's been advancing it full force. And it's a really customizable tool that takes a step back before any major decision that would impact the public is made to fully assess who will benefit and in what ways, and who will bear the burden and what will that look like. So again, we leverage the same cohort of youth at the Logan Square Neighborhood Association, and the CUE fellows came and did a full training and walked us through the whole process. And then we had a number of community gatherings. I think there's a photo of one where we really sat down and dissected the project, which is in catalytic investment in infrastructure. There's a traffic circle surrounding the plaza for which our community is named, Logan Square, that intersects with two major boulevards, Kedzie and Milwaukee. And Milwaukee also runs parallel to our Blue Line elevated train. And there's been they're kind of in the process of moving from downtown all the way out to Northwest and improving section by section by section. And it's arrived by us at this point, and it's also at the same time really been a catalyst for gentrification. It's been shooting down the train corridor, which is why we've been experiencing massive displacement for so long. So taking the opportunity to step back, slow up the process, and really consider what is the full gamut of benefits and burdens allowed us to approach the CDOT, Chicago Department of Transportation, with actual hard data, and not just transit related, but as it intersects with housing, with health, with education, with public safety, and then have deep conversations with them with data on our side. And we'll talk about it more in the process panel, but we've seen amazing things come out of it, and we look forward to continuing to work with different areas of the city to implement it further.
Doors are opening now.